Hey y'all, it's Renee from Zone 9B, Panhandle, Florida region. Welcome back to my garden. So today I'm going to just do a quick little garden update tour with you and show you what's been going on. We've got some great overcast weather. You can probably hear the booms from the thunder in the background, getting some much needed rain into the garden. So let's go ahead and see what's blooming and what isn't. So we're gonna get started from my front door and look over here because we have a lot of beautiful Japanese maple candy showing us here today. Yeah, we've got a little juniper that's been in that pot for, well, it's been upgraded in the pot, but we've had it in a pot longer than I care to even say because I don't think any plant should live its whole life in a pot. But it seems to be fairly happy there. And we haven't turned back on the pond in the front yard yet, but we are going to be doing that real soon. Here are a couple Garnet and also Red Select Japanese maples showing off their stuff in front of some cast iron plants. And then I'm going to turn over here. Eye candy is just looking phenomenal here today, just absolutely glorious. We aren't going to really talk too much about my proven winners roses here that just refuse to grow for me. I just don't know what's going on with them. They are not happy, and I'm going to be frank with you. All the proven winners plants that I have, I got a little bit of growth going on some Rosa Sharons, but pretty much everything has died or is stunted like this. So I think while proven winners probably is great for 49 states out of the United States of America, I probably don't think they test for the high humidity and moist levels that we get in the middle of summer too here, and they just aren't thriving. I got a couple of roses off some of the senoritas. Really disappointed with the At Last roses. I wish they had done better, but you know, it is what it is. I'm glad everyone else has a great success rate with them, but I am this close to tearing those out. Now my Charlene DeMonico, ooh, it's already got some nice big fat buds on it. And I cut that baby down over the winter and it is looking bushy instead of the leggy monster that it was. I am just so pleased with it. And then here goes the revamped, one of the few sunny spots in my entire yard, salvia and roses that I have. So I know we talked about how the Country Parsons rose had died, but this baby is looking great. My replacement rose from David Austin, which they don't carry that one anymore, and I do wonder if the reason why they don't is because a lot of people have problems with it. But I got my Poet's Wife replacement, and it's looking beautiful. And then I have some new from High Country Gardens salvias that I've planted in. Now the white ones and the red ones I recently got from Lowe's, and the red ones were half off, so they were my children's birthday gifts to me, so it's really nice. But we've got a lot going on in here that's all looking beautiful. So, oh gosh, now I'm gonna have to remember all their names, but I think that is, that was one of my orange ones that I got. I just can't remember all of them. I have ordered and gotten new ones in, but let's see if we can find a name real quick for you, because I leave my little tags on. Oh yeah, this one's Carding Mill. That's my Golden Celebration. And then this one is my Charles Darwin here. And then over here is the Generous Gardener or the Lady Gardener. I always get those two mixed up there. And then this one's a new one that I got, and it's Windermere. And then over here is my my Lady Hamilton, Lady Emma Hamilton. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she does. If we look over here, my driveway is full of my apricot drift roses. And if you're looking for an easy rose to grow in the Florida garden, It is definitely drift roses, and of course the star roses with the knockouts. Don't have any berries yet on my mulberry tree, but hopefully soon. That one over there, the tree, the Japanese maple, is looking great. I think that is actually called an eye candy. All right, over here we have Alpine Weiss. Didn't get good variegation this year. I did wind up moving my Ukigumo, floating cloud one, and it's leafing out again. It's been so overcast here lately though, don't have great variegation on it, and I think it needs a lot of good sun. And the only reason I moved it from over here is because it was hitting the cars. When the car door would open up and it would get hit, and it was just too close to the driveway. And then all my agapanthus down here that get complete shade, 100% shade in the summertime. The only ones that flowered, if I was doing good, I would move all of these here that get mostly sun and move them into complete shade. But you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to do that sometime, just waiting for the time to do it. You know how that goes. There's always a garden chore, isn't there? So down here, if you remembered from one of my previous videos, probably 6 months back, I had propagated most of the camellia bushes that are along the side of the road here, but there were a couple that I wound up getting from Amazon because through gift cards and things like that. But they are doing great here. Super thrilled with how happy they have been. We'll see how they do in hot summer sun. And you know what? I have some other camellias in full summer sun and they do just fine. And I know that gets a lot of water down here. We've been told we have an underground spring that's somewhere down near the end of my property. So I think they're gonna get plenty of water, but so far doing good. All right, so here goes my other mulberry tree, and it too doesn't have any mulberries on it, but we're hopeful soon it will. All right, so over here is actually my most disappointed tree. It is a red flowering dogwood. It has not done anything. It is not happy. I think it needs more sunlight. I'm gonna dig it up and I'm gonna put a Japanese maple here that I've propagated. I'll probably show it to you in the backyard, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move it to a more sunny spot in the front yard. And you know what? If it winds up not doing well, it's definitely not happy here, and I'm running out of sunny spots I can put stuff. All right, so I do have a few hydrangeas that do well here. We're waiting. This is a Ryusin that I propagated from a mother tree that I have. It's super happy. I got some more hydrangeas mixed in with dewberry vines here. Not growing the dewberry vines on purpose, but you know, we're gonna have to go in there and do some major weeding. Here's my princess plant, and it's happy here, green leaf wise, but I didn't get very many blossoms last year. So you might see that there is a spot here where I had it kind of divided itself. So I've dug it up, I've planted it in a sunnier spot. We're gonna hope that it takes there. I've been babying it for about 2 weeks, and we'll see if we get some beautiful blossoms this year. All right, got a bunch of the lily turf, leope, monkey grass, whichever you want to call it. My crepe myrtles are starting to leaf out here. Gave them a good pruning a couple weeks ago. Not deep pruning like a lot of people do. I don't believe in cuffing them. I have I think this one's my centennial kumquat tree, and it's looking really nice. I had to cut a sucker off of it just recently, but I think it's doing fine. White drift roses, and I have a bunch of white drift roses also over here, along with a bunch of rain lilies. and some very sad butterfly bushes that get too much sunlight here. So what I have found with those two is when butterfly bushes are completely in shade, they will actually flower and do well here. But it is even too hot for most butterfly bushes. Even in my microclimate that I have here, which is mostly shaded and, cooler in the summer and hotter in the winter, which was probably a real benefit for me because of the snow that we had. So many things made it just fine. I got a red maple in here, probably a bloodgood, and then my Chinese fringe, whatever lantern. Of course, it comes to me all the time, but now it's not coming to me, the name. But it is a huge tree now, and they flower many times during the year here in the south. And if you're looking for something that grows well, I would 100% get one of these because it is a monster. And I have one in the back that's even bigger. Here's one of my Japanese lace leaf weepers. So we ordered this as a, not a geisha gone wild, but I can't remember her name. Didn't turn out to be her, or revert it, which is possible. And then that's okay. It's happy, it looks good, we're leaving it. More knockouts. I have a loquat here. This one doesn't have a lot of fruit, but it does have some fruit. The one behind the fence will have a lot more though. Let's go ahead and take a look over there. So we put in this over winter break. I got my new little bluebird house put up, hoping that we will get some action there soon. And I don't know about you, but this is pretty magical. I like my front yard, but I love my backyard. So I didn't want to miss out on too much of the maple action. So I'm gonna just show you a few of them. This one is actually Emmett's pumpkin, right here, going all the way up. So I'm probably gonna try air layering this one. It grows quite well here. And what I have found that those that are air layered, that are fast growers, usually do well with air layering, but those that are slow growers, like my moonrise here, not so good. In fact, I have a dead branch where I tried to air layer that one there, and that ball's been on there for about a year. So not good on that one. White peaches, looking like it's glowing in this light. So gorgeous. And then this is one of my nishikis, like a zumi nishiki, I think. It is huge. This is my satsuma. So we harvested the satsumas this year, oranges, and they did well, but they're lacking a little bit of flavor. I'm not quite sure why. I put some more fertilizer on it once I saw it was blooming, so hoping for the best there. I have grown from seed some lupines, so we're going to see how they do here. I know we're a little bit on the fringe plant for those, so we'll have to see. And I've also propagated heliotrope. That is the winner, my friends, for recently planted plants. It actually made it through the snow here. I've got it overwintered just fine outside, so I'll show you those if it can get in before it starts to rain. I got some climbing roses here, Crown Princess Margareta, and then I have another kind of orangey one. I can't quite remember which is which. I'm gonna do just maybe a specific rose tour at some point, as well as maybe just a Japanese maple tour, just because I got so many of them, and it'll probably take me a long time just to go through them all. And then we got a wisteria here that's blooming. Danger, danger on wisterias in Florida, man. Anything that's a vine, unless it's a clematis, then those don't do so great here. Although I do have one that's doing okay. That one that's right there. But we'll see how much it will bloom for us this year. I think I got a couple of blooms off of it. So this one is Radiant, I think, Japanese maple. Can't remember this one, but I love it. Look at that orange on there. I got a lot of autumn fire ferns that are growing here well. I have a Gumpo Azalea that I planted last year. It's doing great. I have a few hostas coming back up. Not too many, but I got a couple. Really missed the show on Akane this year, but still looking beautiful. If you follow the Japanese maple page, then you probably saw my posting of that. And this one I think is like Miami maybe. And then there's an Orange Dream behind it. And then there's the Mother Ryusen, looking absolutely gorgeous here. Oh my word, love it, love it. And then over here, you can see the leopard plant made it through the winter just fine here. I've got some more camellias and some White Everest or Mount Everest carex. Some things in pots that we saved. Pink Knockout's doing good. We ain't gonna look too much over here because this is a lot of my little seedling propagation table. We got Red Dragon here, or the one that begins with a T. I can never pronounce it right. So you know what I'm talking about, my friends. And then look over here is the heliotrope that overwintered, and it's doing great here. I got them in the ground late fall last year, did just fine. And then I think I may have 2 different peonies in this pot. Probably should divide them. Peonies in the ground here won't make it, but I have found there was a lady that's over in Tallahassee region, and in the spring she brings out the pot so it gets sunshine and will grow. And then when the flowers are done, she'll take the pot, put it in a completely shaded area on the north side of her house, and then it just stays there 3/4 of the year. And that will keep it cool enough, I think, for long enough that it will have enough energy to rebloom again. So I did it and it worked. So I am rethinking, especially Itos. Maybe I could try again. This is a kumquat that I've propagated. This is a Barbados cherry that I got locally. It hasn't put on a lot of growth yet, but I am hopeful. I put it in a bigger pot, so we'll see. And then I got some tiger lilies here. Whew, they're like 3 foot tall. Probably any time now they're gonna start putting on a bloom, I'm hoping. And then right now my David Austin trio is doing fantastic. So here we have Boscabel, my favorite. Alnwick, love it. And then over there is Desdemona. There we go, I got it. So it's doing beautiful. I got another Japanese maple. That one's Manyo no Sato. We'll see how much color it gets there. And then we've got some more camellias. This is some of that orange honeysuckle that does so well. And then, this is my orange tree that is just full of oranges blossoms. I wish you could have some smell-o-vision because it is amazing. This is my big red Japanese maple. I think there's another red one over here too. I think that one might not be a blood good. I think that's an emperor. The smaller one back there is an emperor. And then, oh, that's cool. We put up a bee house over there. So I am for sure hoping that we get something. So I have another couple of Japanese maples here that are doing really well. The one in the middle has not leafed out yet, but hopefully it will soon. We've got a climbing rose over there. That's that banana bush magnolia type of thing over there. Of course, I have a big magnolia tree here. Sometimes those suckers come up like weeds in my yard. This is the Hanamatoi. I think that was the word. Got this one too, but unfortunately, I think it too has reverted. The Hanamatoy isn't doing great, just like that one over there by my water meter. Not by my water meter, by my electric meter. Just doesn't get the pink like I wish it could. And then I have a lot of weeds in here, but I do have some more David Austins that I have tended to and weeded around and fed, but the weeds just keep coming. We'll see how she does. This is Princess Alexandria of Kent, so keeping our fingers crossed. Dug up this runner of a blueberry bush, maybe give it as a gift. I have a loquat here, not a loquat, this is a kumquat one. I have a shishi camellia. I have a fig tree that's searching for the light really hard. And then I have another knockout. And then we have a whole bunch of more blueberries. And I think they're getting close to fruiting. Yeah, I think there's definitely some fruiting starting to get on there. So we're gonna be hopeful that soon we'll have some fruit for our breakfast. Yeah. So over here I have some of my elephant ears and some more salvia. So I wound up rooting some clippings over the winter break, over the winter area time, and they took, and they were amazing. They were flowering doors underneath the grow lights. It was great. And then I put them out a couple of weeks before we got the snowstorm, and unfortunately I think the snowstorm pretty much took care of them, so that was sad. We've got a bunch more drift roses back here. We have some more blueberries, and there's more of my Chinese friend that is just huge. Like I said, I swear they flower almost like 4 times a year here. Anyway, we have a few canna lilies. This one's supposed to be eye candy, but I don't think it gets enough sunlight back here to get the striations. And then we've got some bamboo and a whole bunch of camellias and cast iron plants. I got more carex back here and the leurope, and then we've got a bunch of more hydrangeas. So my panicle hydrangeas, let's talk about them for a minute. Panicle hydrangeas come to Florida to die. I would never buy one. I'm just saying, if you've got one in your yard, please drop me a comment if you live in Florida, because I don't know how you're doing it, just saying. But the macro, the French style, they're amazing. The big leaf hydrangeas, A+. I would definitely keep growing those if you're in Florida. We got some native azaleas back here. They're looking pretty good. We're keeping our fingers crossed. Dusty Millers. I planted a whole bunch of Dusty Miller back here. I got 1 and 2 Dusty Millers that came back. Not happy here, my friends. Not happy here at all. I know it's hard to see with all these leaf mulch, but I got a rainbow here. It is beautiful. It probably needs a sunnier place to be happy, but we'll see. This is my Chinese viburnum here. Not super happy with it lately. I'm thinking about moving it, just saying. And then I think that's Osemi. I can't remember. But that's another Japanese maple. It's happy there. I would probably move it, but it's got those big leaves like a full moon, and I'm just worried about those full moon styles getting too much sun, because full moons are not typically as happy here in Florida as some other, like the Acer peas, but it seems to be pretty happy where it is. We're gonna leave it for a while. We're not gonna move that. We got a bald cypress right up here. It's happy too. And yeah, let's go in the front side yard over here. And then I know I have mentioned these benches, but I cannot tell you how much I love this bench. I got 2 of them now, and it's made out of polywood, which is like a PVC material, and it is just perfect for Florida, for sure. I would definitely invest in that sort of outdoor furniture than I would even the pulled or extracted aluminum. It does pretty well here, but I'm just hopeful that that is just going to do better for me. All right, and then I do have an iceberg here. There is my baby princess bush. I had to like cut back a lot of the leaves, but I think it's going to be okay. And then I have a bunch of blueberries and camellias mixed in through here. So whew, they are monsters now, just saying. I got some sweet olive. I'm growing a lot of unwanted grasses that need to be all taken care of, weeded out. An emerald lace, phenomenal. And of course Nandia, it does great here too. And we're going to talk for a minute about mums here. Mums love it in Florida. I did not know, my friends. I had a bunch of overwintered mums here, even with all that snow. My cathedral bells is putting on some new growth. Now here's my Rose of Sharons. So they've grown a little bit in the past year. So look, this Rose of Sharon is mixed in with some wildflower, but it's still really tiny. It's doing okay. Again, I've got peach drift roses here and corals. Do great. Angel, perfuma. I'm ready to dig you out. Not happy here. Not happy at all. This is peacock. It's always surprised when it comes back again because it's got those big leaves and it gets a lot of sun. It's not very happy with me. It's too big for me to move now, probably, and it's got all this juniper stuff growing around it. But I am happy the juniper's there because it takes place of grass. And I'm not a super fan of grass, but we got some azaleas going on. They're blooming nicely. This is that little berry that I bought, goji berry. It's doing okay. I propagated a little rose. It's doing okay. I think this is St. John's wort here. It's doing fine. In fact, it's bigger and better than I've ever seen it, so it's pretty happy. There's my, around my mailbox is my orange honeysuckle. It's doing fabulous. All right, so we're gonna come over here to my fire chief thujas. They are not so happy. They get a lot of sun, not that much water, although they do get a lot of water, but they get all this dieback on them, and then they just die on me. So, I mean, they got a little bit of growth going on, but they're not spectacular. It really breaks my heart to see them like that. I had high hopes for those, especially with the junipers. They did so well here. I thought for sure these would do great, but just marginal for me. And this is my Stony Brook. Oh, I can never remember the name of it totally, but it is a white pine, and it is beautiful. Look at those needles right now on it. And there's so few exotic kind of conifers that will grow here, you know, as I talked to you about the sadness of my thujas, but it's doing pretty good. And yeah, I got a lot of big trees. I got one river birch left. Remember, don't plant river birches unless you want termites, because termites love them. But my crepe myrtles over my driveway are looking beautiful. And with that, my friend, completes my garden tour. So I hope to see you in the next one, and I'll try to be better about posting more, even if it's just walkthroughs. But I sure do appreciate if you stuck by me over this time, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead, and take care. Bye, y'all.